So we're going to look now at the final way to get into 15mm wargaming, and that is the old school method of pewter or lead miniatures. Lead's a bit more flexible, so if your spears, like on here, let's have a look, on our big elephant, if we look here, the spears and the kind of whatever that is, umbrella, looks like a toadstool, are bent over like that and haven't broken and can be straightened. That probably means there's quite a high lead concentration, because that's what provides the flexibility. And if it was your lead-free pewter, which Blackgate Miniatures use, it would be a lot more difficult to bend like that, but it certainly would be a lot more difficult to straighten. So anyway, you can pick up these kind of miniatures all over the place. They've been around for years and years and years, ever since the first edition of whatever the DBX first, it was a WRG version 1 or something, I've heard, where even the individual models on strips were not on strips, they were just individual models. So there are loads of different suppliers for these. They're roughly the same price as 3D printed stuff if you're buying them commercially. Ultracast actually turned out to be more expensive after you bought the box set, almost to the same point as you could buy, for example, the hoplites I was looking at. You could almost buy the metals for the same price as the Ultracast once you got outside the box sets, once you were buying individual blisters of cavalry or peltast or whatever. Anyway, so we'll get this. I bought this army off eBay, pre-painted. It's a Mounted Indian army, I think, from what I remember purchasing it for. I didn't pay a lot of money for it because I'm a tight person, tight northern person, so I probably only paid like £30 or £40 for it for a DBA army. If you were going to use this kind of thing for DBM, you'd need at least 4 of these armies, probably more. So it's very difficult to buy 4 matching DBA armies that then fit together as a DBM army, so it's not something I tend to do. But I know Rid's bought a big DBM, well, it's not really a DBA army, is it, if it's big? Like a small DBM army that he's going to use for the the Art of War, the French Art of War game that I talked about last video. And he's bought a different type of Indians, I think, not Mounted Indians. Anyway, so we got the elephant, we got some Soloi, 4 units of those. We've got 4 units of 3 pike, who have to stand in column to do their work, because you get +3 for being supported in DBA. This is what we're talking about. These are 4 orcs. We've got 4 of the Soloi. We've got 2 light horse, 1 elephant, who's the general, and we have baggage, which is the camp, which is pretty cool that it came with all that. So everything I need for the army. I played 2 games against Gary last week, and I lost both. And I lost both because of the bloody elephant. So I'm talking mainly about metal miniatures and the like, but just straying into DBA while my mind's gone that way. And what happened with the elephant is, you'd think the elephant is devastating in combat, but it isn't really. I'm not sure he could deal with these pikes. And if he retreats, which he did in both combats, he kills anything he touches. So Gary cleverly turned him by flank charging him. So the elephant won 1 combat, and it kind of, Gary retreated. And then he flank charged my elephant, which turned my elephant, say like this. And he's charging in the front of the elephant. And then he won the combat. He didn't have to double or anything, he just won. And then the elephant moved backwards and trampled 2 units to death in both games. So the elephant, even though he's my general, and on paper they look like should be devastating, cost me both games. So I guess that's just poor play on my part. So the purpose of this video is just to show you the old school metal miniatures, and they do have a certain charm about them. And if you can pick them up painted, then why not? Why not? You don't pay much money. As I said, I probably only paid £40 for this, and that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 stands painted. what's that, about £3 a stand. Isn't really anything to worry about, is it? So next time I'm going to be talking about individual rule systems and, yeah, and which way I'm leaning. So until next time.